Good afternoon and welcome to Storytime with Mrs. Foley. I hope you guys are continuing to learn about different ways that you can help the earth and reuse and reduce and recycle, all those fun things. I hope that you guys are celebrating Earth Day this week, and I hope that on Friday you guys will join us in the Great American Cleanup. The Great American Cleanup is where you go outside and you can pick up some trash. Be sure not to pick up anything sharp. Definitely you should go with a parent. You probably don't have trash in your yard, so maybe you go on a walk. Maybe you could sort some of your stuff and find out some things maybe you're missing in the recycling, or if you don't recycle, maybe you could start recycling. Now would be a great time while you're home and have some time to sort through or figure out what to do with those kind of things. So today we're going to read I Can Save the Earth. It says, one little monster learns to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Max, the little monster, liked to fling candy wrappers. He left a trail of trash wherever he went. Whee, said Max. Max, the little monster, did not like to give away his old toys, even when he had outgrown them. Mine, Max cried. Look at that mess. Oh, he does not look like that candy make him very happy. I know when my little boy Samuel eats too much candy, he gets a tummy ache, but then he doesn't know why. Max, the little monster, liked to overflow the sink. Hope you never overflow your sinks, and the bathtub, and clog the toilet. Hungry toilet, said Max. Ooh. Max, the little monster, left the lights on and blared the TV, even when he wasn't in the room. No big whoop, said Max. One night, in the middle of his favorite program, something unexpected happened. The lights went out and the TV went off. There had been a blackout. Hey, shouted Max, who turned off the lights? Max tripped over some old toys and stumbled outside to see what was wrong. Max looked around and saw a full moon. It shone brightly on the colorful spring flowers. He heard the crickets chirp and an owl hoot. He even saw a shooting star as it twinkled in the night sky. Wow, said Max, this is so beautiful. When the lights came back on, Max the little monster felt something new. He began to notice things he hadn't noticed before. In the summer, Max the little monster went to the beach, and he noticed the pretty shells and wiggled his toes in the sand. He watched the sun sparkle on the waves. He saw a dolphin leap out of the water. Can you see that dolphin leaping out of the water? Max picked up an old bottle and an ice cream wrapper and threw them in the trash can. Pollution makes the beach look ugly. It also makes our cities and our streets look ugly. So if you want to make sure you have gloves, though, if you're picking up somebody else's trash. And pollution can hurt animals and plants. In autumn, Max the little monster noticed the colorful leaves, red, orange, and yellow. He jumped in leaf piles with his friends. Leaves are so pretty. And more fun to play than watching TV, cried Max. After they jumped in the leaves, Max the little monster didn't want to leave a mess. So he composted the leaves. Rotten leaves help the dirt grow happy flowers, said Max. In winter, Max the little monster noticed the wonder of snowflakes. Each delicate snowflake looked like a crystal jewel. He made a T-Rex, an igloo, and a snow angel. Why didn't I see this before, wondered Max. The earth is beautiful. Now, Max the little monster never wastes water. More snowflakes, said Max. And he doesn't waste toilet paper. Right now, I bet nobody's wasting any toilet paper. Now, Max the little monster never wastes electricity. He turns the lights off except for the one he is using. He hardly ever watches TV, but when he does, he turns it off when the program is over. Let's play outside, says Max. Fresh air feels good on my fur. Now Max the little monster never litters. He recycles any paper, aluminum cans, and plastic bottles he uses. Max also likes to eat fresh fruits instead of candy and drink water instead of soda pop. Tasty, says Max, and he always throws his trash away in the right bin. Now in Cincinnati, we don't have to sort ours like this. We can just put all of our recycling in one big can. So we have the big can outside, and we also have a small green one that we keep right outside in our garage. So we will make sure it's easier for us to recycle. Max the Little Monster even has yard sales where he sells his old toys. Max also trades his toys with the friends. Wow, said Max. Old toys I've never played with before are just as fun as new toys. Now, Max the Little Monster loves the earth. He reduces the amount of water and energy he uses. He finds ways to reuse as many things as he can, and he recycles his trash. Sometimes he even hugs trees. Max the Little Monster is now called Max the Little Green Monster. You can be a little green monster too and help save the earth. So this is some of the vocabulary we had in the book. So some of these things you might not have known, so I'm going to go ahead and go over these words with you. A blackout. A blackout is a power failure when the electricity goes out. So I don't remember ever having one of those in my life in a city I lived in, but I know that other cities, like big cities like New York, have had power outages where all the electric goes out in the whole city because they're using too much power. Now we might have a blackout in a storm, but it's not usually caused by using too much power here. Compost. It's a mixture of rotted leaves, plants, or vegetables that can be used in a garden and given nutrition to growing plants. Remember when we had compost stew come into our classroom and we learned a lot about compost? Some of you said you had compost bins or other compost piles in your yards. We have one, but it needs some work. We haven't really used it in a while just because I get a little nervous about the animals coming. So if you all have any recommendations or any advice for me on getting back to composting, I will welcome those. Electricity. Electricity is the power used to make things like televisions, lights, and computers work. Green. When you say someone is green or going green, or we called him a little green monster, it is a word that we use to describe someone who is kind to the earth and protects it from harm. So all of you are being very green. I know right now we're not driving as much, so that helps us be green. On your walks, I hope you're getting lots of walks and getting outside on days that you can, and picking things up off the ground and just cleaning up our environment. Litter, we learned about that too when we had Keep Cincinnati Beautiful come, and they did their Wartville Wizard. And we know that litter is when we throw garbage in places it does not belong, like on the ground or as you're driving down the street out the window. Pollution. So pollution are things like when we drive our car, they're things that make the environment dirty. So like it could be garbage, but it could also be like driving the car. So the chemicals and gases that come from your car. That would be air pollution. Recycling is to use trash to make new things. So I have something here that we made. So we kind of reused it, kind of recycled it. We made this elephant. We actually made a whole elephant family, but this is the only one left. And it is made out of scrap tissue paper and out of an old half-gallon milk jug. And then we added some little googly eyes. So you can do lots of things with your trash and recycling. So reuse means to use something again in a different way instead of throwing it away. So we are not using this milk jug to pour milk into our glasses anymore. Now we have a little elephant decoration. So thank you guys, and I hope you have enjoyed learning about Earth Day and how you can help care for the earth this week. Thanks.